In a world where there isn't too much going on in life, we always take pleasure in amusement, and nothing is more amusing than sports, especially in a world where currently the most popular sport in the United States is basketball, and by far the most polarizing athlete in that sport is LeBron James.
Again, a Smith screen, posing with the back. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Howard, Steve, covering. Oh, Steve!
Coming off baseline strength.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
But why is he so polarizing? We need to go and take a deeper look. Follow me. For an athlete who has won 4 NBA Most Valuable Player awards and has won 3 NBA championships, LeBron James is one of the most disliked figures in all of sports. He left his home team, Cleveland Cavaliers, to win in Miami and broadcasted his decision live on television in 2010.
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Then he left Miami to return to a hometown which just 4 years prior burned his jerseys to the ground. He has left a lot of fans with bitter opinions. But that being said, we asked people to describe him in one word, whether positive or negative.
He's very a controversial player. Yeah, it's controversial in my opinion.
I would say phenomenal.
Tenacious.
Dominant, because I feel like LeBron is one of those players where you don't have to think about whether he's good or not.
So I would say probably strong or powerful. Just seeing him on the court and having seen him in real life playing, he's unlike any other player I've ever seen.
A lot of the animosity against LeBron comes from his the time when he left Cleveland the first time, because he did that 1 hour special, and I think that was one of the worst decisions he could have made.
He's very hardworking. He has his goals, and he deliver on his goals too.
I think a big thing that Warriors fans will complain about is what he did last year when he kind of stood over Draymond Green, and then Draymond hit him between the legs. And then LeBron complained about it, and most people feel like because he complained, Draymond got suspended.
As the leader of the Cavs, I gotta hate him personally. But as a player, he's okay. But as a person, he's a great person. Obviously, he always donates to charity. But as a basketball player, yeah, he's a big old.
What appears to be the most surprising is that people don't know much about LeBron James, other than his public brands and his actions on the court.
I don't pay that much attention to it. I think most of the players are pretty good about doing things like that, especially if you're a big-time player. So I think if you were to ask me the same thing about Steph Curry, I wouldn't know too much about that either.
From what you had mentioned, he is very involved in his old community and in supporting youth, African American youth, all over the nation.
I don't know a lot about his charity work.
I know a little bit. I know that he does a lot of stuff. I don't know, I couldn't say which exact organizations he's with. But that's kind of the trend in sports, is that you have your major stars be visible in the community.
Although LeBron James may do some things in excess, one thing that he does extremely well is philanthropy. With the help of the LeBron James Family Foundation, he has donated over $41.8 million in scholarship money to give to underprivileged youth in Akron, Ohio. On top of that, he's donated over $1 million to his alma mater, St. Vincent St. Mary's High School, to refurnish their gymnasium, which is now called the LeBron James Arena. Finally, probably the most important thing that he's ever done is that he's been able to rebuild and renovate over 28 different boys and girls clubs of America all across the country. With that in perspective, we ask, our interviewees what they think about his charitability.
They hear him donate $41 million to these children, they're going to be, yeah, LeBron James is a good guy.
I don't think people are booing him or disliking him because they think he's a bad person, other than the egotistical part. I think it's because he's not on their team.
So it does depend on which kind of ability we're talking about. As an athlete overall, I would say the sports ability does come forward purely because athlete concerns the sport itself.
The reality with people that are famous or that are on TV all the time, people feel like they relate to them, they know them. So they will have their own judgments regardless to what they do outside of the court or at their homes or whatever.
I think as a consumer, we have to be mindful that anything we're seeing on ESPN or even in the news or even on their Twitter feeds, that has gone through a PR person, that's gone through someone, that these are big businesses. But at the same time, I think what is happening is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that we can't, as consumers, go, oh, he's such a great, or he or she is such a great person because they donated a bunch of basketballs. While that is a good thing, it's hard to separate what is them and what's them in their image.
Whether it's on the court or off it, LeBron James is undoubtedly gathering attention from anyone at any time. It may be his charismatic behavior or his absurd 6'8", 250-pound, 4% body fat figure. But whatever it is, it works. You may not like him, but LeBron James is here to stay for the foreseeable future. The world is watching this June for possibly a 7th straight finals appearance from the King and a 2nd straight championship. And that greatness cannot be disputed. This has been a production by Noah Tesfaye from New Media Literacy, Los Altos High School's broadcast journalism class. Thanks for watching.